recently realized that the microphone wasn't picking up sound a couple days ago. So if you watch the video from before a couple days ago, there's probably no sound. But don't think there's not sound ever because it's fixed. My bad.
It's a silent one. Do you record every day?
What?
Do you record every day?
I record either this or Fifth Hour every day. If I remember this hour, I do it. And if I don't, I remember Fifth Hour, hopefully. What? Don't say stupid stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
I can, like, if something were now that was a little crazy, I just wouldn't upload it or I would edit it or something. Like 2 years ago, this girl started, I can't even say it because it's recording.
Just edit it out.
A word that starts with a V that refers to a female body part. She just started, like, repeating it over and over and over, and, like, louder and louder, and I still don't know why. But I just didn't upload that video.
Was it the whole video?
It was awkward. I just didn't upload the video at all. I just used like the next class.
I know, so like how long did she do it for?
10 seconds.
Oh. I thought you meant like throw it. Yeah.
No, it was just like water. And then it was over, but it wasn't the word water. Alright. It was weird.
Capital blast out. That's so funny.
But imagine like watching the video. Alright. So the response variable. This is a good review of. We good back there?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good review of kind of some vocabulary and just in general. So you're not designing, it's more like answering questions about it. So the response variable is what we're trying to measure after. And that's what's called the draft, I guess. I don't even know what that is, but I suppose they defined it. I could read that. The response variable is the draft. The treatments are the things that you're testing, the things that you're interested in. So that's whether it's a standard or a new hitch. And then the experimental units are what you're doing the experiment on, which is often people, right? But in this case, it's the plots of land. Questions on A, B, or C there? Or 1, 2, or 3 in part A, I guess. Part B, given that the goal of the study is to determine blah, 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 did they use randomization correctly? They did. So it says in here, it was randomly determined which plot was to be plowed using the standard hitch. So they didn't really give us their method. Like, I don't know if they put them in a hat, flipped a coin, whatever, but they did use randomization correctly because they randomly assigned which plot got which hitch. You sure we're good back there? Right. Did they use replication correctly? So that's another word that was in, the 4 things in an experiment. And replication means 2 things. It means, could someone else repeat your experiment? And I think the instructions are clear enough for that. But if you do an experiment on you have 1 thing in each group, so that's really not very effective. If I put 1 student in integrated math, and it happens to be mine, let's say, and I put another student in integrated math, and it happens to be someone who just doesn't care, and then at the end of the year, Maya grew a lot more. Does that tell us anything? I mean, that's the sample size of 1, so you need way more. I know they're taking 25 different measurements in each plot, but you got 1 plot and 1 plot. So what if this plot is like awesome soil and it's perfect and this plot sucks? That could happen, right? So that is not replication because it's not nearly a large enough sample size. And we'll get into what is a large enough sample size, how do you know? But for now, I think it makes sense that 1 is not big enough. Is that fair enough? Right. Plot of land is a confounding variable. Explain why. That's kind of what I was just saying. That's why you need more than 1 plot in each group. So the quality of the soil might impact draft. And again, I don't even know what draft is, but those plots might be different in some way that matters. Make sense? Questions? So, could you do this if I put on the test? Could you do something if I tweak things a little bit? That's what you're kind of asking. Alright, let's go to the apples one. So I asked you to do this thing. This is 1999, problem 3. Why don't we do this? exchange papers with someone else, or like a group of 2 or 3, and just kind of read each other's and talk through and see if you guys agree, disagree, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Right, that's what I said. I said like, it's not like when it's impacted by like this kind of. That's why I said like if they like take care of their mental health or not. That's right. Right. That's what I'm saying. What did you say? You said that? No. You said yes. I said no at first, and I was like, if the mean number of it's like it's no means like it only shows like after like split stack those like what's the key like this is for those games. Oh, for those games. I mean like
Oh, remind me, no one's asked about this yet.
what?
Remind about the EW, what are those letters?
Yes.
CWI, I'll tell you. Wait, it's W?
I thought it's
W.
There's different ones though. There's EPS.
Oh, that was, so the first year of this, the AP Science House was 1997, I think. And then, so 1999 is CWI, and then after that it's EPI. Make the change. So I'll talk about the EPI. CWI is used anymore. It's just the way they were. Yeah. The salmon in the windows? Yeah, look at that one too. Like, talk through the salmon walls, or read each other's, or discuss. Do both.
I said based on
That's smart. I did like
takes on the north side and a half.
so it's like they're in the same spot but one's by the
I
heat and
didn't
one's
feel like
Yeah.
mix them up.
And then
Wait,
the
that's
next
not
each other.
true.
No, I did.
Yeah, so it's editing.
Yeah, I did.
I've
never Yeah, I did like opposites. Like I did one side of the heater, one side of the window, and then the same spot. Like I did like the same spot on one side of the window. I did I just did the
You don't have, I mean, that's fair enough, but you don't have to do that. They're just saying next to the thing. For your answers. So, is it possible that there's learning variables that maybe have, or like, well, no, well, do you think it's possible that people that eat apples might have healthier diets, less sugar, take care of their bodies, eat a little more than people that don't eat apples? I'm not saying it's like a guarantee, like apples determine your whole life, but that's possible, right? So there's this lurking variable that we didn't control. So it's not an experiment. You can't show cause and effect. I just let it experiment. So that last one actually, because it's not. But you couldn't, you didn't convince them. That's really so much. Okay. So let's look at them. This first one is the apple one. So why is this an observational study and not an experiment? Because we didn't control who did what. We didn't put people in groups. We didn't assign treatments. We're looking backwards at something that already happened. Those are a bunch of reasonable answers I just gave out all. Does that make sense though? So in an experiment, you're controlling who goes where and you're telling them what to do in the experiment. That didn't happen. We're looking back at people that already did or didn't eat apples. And the big problem with that is there might be something different about people that eat apples and people that don't that affect their teeth. So, for example, do you think it's possible that people that eat apples or fruit, take care of their diet is maybe a little more important, they try to eat healthier and they brush their teeth and they take care of their teeth better than people that don't eat apples? I'm not saying apples determine your entire health. Like, I don't eat apples and I brush my teeth. Like, I get that. But do you think it's possible?
Yeah.
So that's all we need. If it's possible that it affects it, it's a lurking variable. It's possible that people that eat apples exercise more. It's possible that people that eat exercise brush their teeth more. It's possible they brush their teeth less. It could go either way. If it has any sort of impact, it's a lurking variable. And that's the issue in this problem, because we didn't control for those. I didn't randomly assign and say you guys eat apples and you guys didn't. If I had randomly assigned, then what do we hope happens with all of those other lurking variables? They balance out. So if I got like 10,000 people and I said you 5,000 people eat apples today and you 5,000 people don't, there's going to be people over here that brush their teeth and don't. Over here that brush their teeth and don't. People that exercise and don't. All kinds of different things, but we didn't control it. So that I kind of just talked through B, actually, explained the concept of confounding. So remember, confounding is just lurking. So that's a variable that's affecting things that is not what we're trying to test. Variable that is impacting things, but it is not what we're testing. And then, for example, and there's a million examples you can use. I'm going to say, like, it's possible people that eat apples eat healthier. Right? I'm trying to avoid writing I want to say which affects your teeth, but I'm avoiding it because I don't know if it's A or E. If apples affect your teeth health, is that A effect or E effect?
If you don't know, you can always just say impact.
I know, but I just said impact. I don't want to say it again. I want to know that
I think it's A.
Yeah. Affect means.
Like, effect is like a light
Effect
effect.
means result.
Yeah.
So, okay. I affect you
It's A.
is A.
Effect.
This was the effect of this effect.
This was the result.
Okay. So usually I do just avoid, like Haley said, I just avoid the word and try to use a different one. But I don't want to use impacts twice. But that's just my example. You could have done any other example that makes any sort of reasonable sense. Like, you have a lot of freedom here to, don't say, like, I think the color shirt someone's wearing affects their teeth health. That doesn't make any sense. But if it does have anything, gender could affect their teeth health. Age. As long as it could possibly make sense, you're good. Alright, and then part C says, well, I noticed that the people that ate apples have less cavities than the people that didn't. Can we say that apples are causing less cavities?
No.
We cannot. So no, because you cannot show cause and effect. In an observational study. That's like the number of churches in Michigan has gone way up since 1900, let's say. The number of murders has gone way up since 1900. This would be like saying, well, churches are causing murders. So there's a lurking variable that's impacting both of those things, which is population in that case, right? So more people, there's going to be more churches, more murders, more everything. And that's not like correlation. They're related. Correlation does not equal causation. Just because they're related doesn't mean one thing caused the other, unless you control it. Is that right? Alright, this one. So we got these salmon, we got two types of food, and I want to see which one makes them gain more weight. But we've got an issue here where there's a heater on this side of the room. So the north tanks are going to be colder, and the south tanks are going to be warmer. And this is really similar to the tree one from yesterday. Like very similar. So remember in this one, we wanted this because everything in this block is similar to each other as far as how far away they are from the forest. And then I would randomly choose like A and B, and then I know if A is better, for example, it's because A is better, it's not because it was close to the forest. Where if I chose this one, I wouldn't necessarily know the reason the tree grew better. Is it because of the location, or is it because of the type of tree? Same exact thing with the salmon. There's a lurking variable here, which is the temperature. So I want to split it up, and I want to do, I'm going to go, I got my 8 tanks, 4 of them. So if I were to diagram this, 4 tanks are cooler, 4 tanks are warmer. And then what do I do off of each of those 2 branches? Split again, right? So they get the new food, 2 get the new food, 2 get the old food. And how do I do this? That is random. The same thing down here. 2 new, 2 old. That's random, and then I would compare weight gain at the end. So remember the diagram doesn't get you points. The writing out does. So here's my writing. Doesn't have to be the exact same, but you should have a similar idea. So I'm blocked by north and south because of distance from the heater. Temperature, black by temperature. Put 1 through 4.5, mix them up. 2 will get the new food, 2 will get the old food. Put 5 through 8.5, mix them up. Or you can say just repeat for 5 through 8, and then compare weight. Questions on that? Yeah. Rachel.
So I blocked by closer to the dorm, closer to the heater, or closer to the windows. But I put 1 and 4, 2 and 3 together, and then 5 and 8, 6 and 7.
So you had 4 blocks?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about that. So she did, 1 and 4 are a block, 2 and 3 are a block, so then 5 and 8,
Yeah.
so 6 and 7. So that's not wrong. So you can do extra blocking if you want to. When would it be necessary to do what she did? Why would I do what she did? Take the door into account also. So why'd you do my door?
Well, I just said that if they're on the sides, that they're going to be colder. If they're on the
Okay.
sides and farther from the heater, that they're going to have similar temperatures.
So you think the door matters, right? If you think the door matters, you can do this and take the door into account too. It didn't say the door matters, so you don't have to, but I like that. Because there might be a draft coming in or something, right? So that's cool. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you while you were talking about it. Alright, we good? Any other questions? Alright, I put this, can you tell me if it's okay or anything? Alright, let's do... Alright, let's do one more. 2005B, problem 3. But notice that it says in parts A and B, it asks you to identify an inference procedure. That's second semester. So you do not have to do that part. But the rest of it you should. So this is 2005B, problem 3. But don't identify an inference procedure. You don't even know what that is yet. You won't until January. But that's okay. The rest of the problem's still really good for what we're doing right now. just so you, that like paper I've assigned you, I've heard people say like I got this big project for stats to do. It's not a big deal. Don't make it a big deal. Here's all I'm doing. Like these two people just gave me theirs. I go in and I read it, and if it's wrong, I'll tell you, hey, fix this. Give it back to me. If it's right, or when it eventually gets right, I just go in and Venice, what's your last name? Why am I not? Oh, okay. I just put a check mark. That's it. Don't make it like a stressful thing. If you get it wrong, you don't lose credit. I just say, hey, fix it. It's like a rewrite. Like, just fix it, give it back to me again. And then, like, until you get the check mark. Like rewriting paper, except it's a really small paper. I'm not as good at the fresh sleeve. What? You got an A on that one. So anytime before the test you give it to me, I'll look through it. I'll just say, hey, fix this mark. I would say this is similar-ish to the boots one. Part. So like I put one. There's like two types of springs, right? So like that's you were gonna minutes here, and then I'm just gonna talk through them. Is that reasonable? Trying to get you out of here with a homework. I don't know if we'll make it or not. This sounds like absolute torture, doesn't it?
I would not want to just stick my hand in.
You'd have to look. They probably pay you like for experiments that I did in college and had any type of like risk. You get money. Then pay you less. You're
It's
allergic to
just so
mosquitoes. It's
disgusting.
like everyone is. That's the reaction. When you're like or so.
Like it's bad. Like you know, maybe if I were in college and I were broke, I could maybe then I would.
There it is. Like I need to eat this week, so I'm doing it 2 weeks.
I need to eat.
My sister's friend gave plasma a lot because like you get
Oh, really?
plasma or blood, and then she came in so often like you need to stop coming in.
It's like that's how I poured it.
She's like, this is how I put my.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but you're losing blood.
Okay. So just kind of talking through these. You've got 100 bins with mosquitoes in them. That sounds terrible already. And we want to design like a randomized design. So I would say, put the people's number you can number the bins or the people, I guess. Or maybe you have to number both. Give me a second.
But there's just two bins with an equal number of mosquitoes. So they're both just
100.
up to just
So, okay. I don't think the bins matter either.
Yeah, I think the bins are supposed to
They're all supposed to be like identical.
Yeah.
So, put the 100 names in the hat, mix them up. The first 50 you pull out will get the new spray and stick their arm into a bin. I suppose you'd have to at that point also randomize which arm. I don't know if that really. I don't think that's that one. So, the first 50 get the new spray, stick their arm in the bin, absorb the torture, and they measure whatever. The second 50 get the other spray, stick their arm in a bin, and go from there. I'm explaining that like really choppy. Does that make sense? Okay. The mass pairs one is the one I really wanted to talk about because that's just like the boots one. What's the best thing that you can do to compare to like Venice's right arm? Venice's left arm. So what you would do is put one of the sprays on one of your forearms and the other spray on the other forearm. You do have to randomize something. So what would you randomize? Which arm? So like flip a coin, and if it's heads, the right arm gets the new spray, and if it's tails, the left arm gets the new spray. And then you stick them both into these bins, grin and bear it for a little while, and they measure whatever. Yeah.
Is this one of the experiments that you want to use a control variable for?
I would. Well, so they're comparing this one to the one that's already on the market. So I think there's kind of an assumption there that the one already on the market has been tested and it showed to be better than like a control group. But if I were doing it, I wouldn't believe that was the case, and I would want to put a control group. But then you would need like a third arm, so we'd be in trouble. But that's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Which one's more effective, the completely randomized or the matched pairs? Matched pairs. Why? I haven't heard the good statistical reason yet. Why? Smith?
More information.
No. Why? You do, but that's not what I'm looking for. You get them because okay. Not bad. Not what I'm looking for. Why? Why is it best to use like you and yourself before and after? It removes the lurking variables. We removed every lurking variable that there could possibly be, except for the right one. But we randomized that, so we did that too. So the reason this is better, or part B is better, you removed lurking variables. When you randomly split, is it possible that one of the groups has more people that are a little extra allergic to mosquitoes? One of the groups is less? So there is still that lurking variable. You hope it balances, but it might not. If you One of each arm. That's wrong. That makes sense? Questions? Alright, so the last one I want to go through, which means the last one that's eligible for your test. So if we didn't go through it, it's not going to be on your test. Is this one. We're not going to have time to go through it today, but you have the rest of this time to work on it, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. So hopefully you won't have homework. That's my goal, that you can finish in this 10 minutes. But, this is due tomorrow. We'll check it over tomorrow. Doubtful. Let me give you the packet that we're going to go through, and then there'll be a video that you can watch. Is that for try or for cross?
Yeah.
Anybody else in cross? Am I going to be here tomorrow? You'll be running.
Oh, no, I don't.
You can't be in cross country when you're just following. Are you supposed to exercise and strengthen them and run? Is that good for them, or did they tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like
Yeah, it protects the joints and stuff, right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, you cheer, right? So that.
Yeah, so like this, how my legs like no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so if you like lightly touch me, I won't feel it, but if you like punch me, I feel like I'm being stabbed by like
Oh
needles.
wow. So it's either like nothing or like
Yeah.
intense.
So my mom said that's one of her arteries was like smelled like artery. It's like needles. Like on fire. That's why it's like
Is there anything that helps it? Like, what can you, if that happens?
oh, because they were like, oh, you probably get your feeling back, like most people do, and then they're like, there's like the very, very small chance like people don't. And of course, I'm the very, very small chance of people who didn't get it back.
Well, maybe it'll still calm right now.
Do you think at this point?
It probably won't.
I mean, they said there's a possibility, but it's not very good.
Well, it was a very good possibility to get in the first one. So maybe that'll be like good karma will come back. Yeah. You have. Let me talk through part A. 'Cause I think you're kind of stuck on the rest of it if you can't do part A. But you got these 3 different growth enhancing agents, and you have 2 different salinity levels. So saline, that's saline. So if you were doing like a tree diagram thing, you'd go, okay, I'm going to split into A, B, and C, and then I'm going to split into high and low. So how many treatments do you end up with? 6. You'll have A with the high salinity, A with the low salinity, B with the high, B with the low, C with the high, C with the low. So there's 6 treatments, you got 12 tanks, right? So each tank, or each treatment, is going to be applied to 2 different tanks. And that's what you randomly do. There's 6, because you got these 3 different nutrients and the 2 levels of saline. So the treatments are going to be like A high, A low, B high, B low, C high, C low. And then you got to randomly apply those to the tanks and then keep answering them. Does that? I know I kind of ignored your question, but I was trying to answer it for everybody. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't ignore your question. I just wanted to know. Yes. All right. We're good. Yes, ma'am.
So when we're using
Rudolph, talking about. You have 6.
yeah.
And you have 12 tanks, right? So I would number the tanks 1 through 12, put them in a hat. The first 2 you pull out will get like A high. The next 2 with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go with me.
I just have to think about it because there's 2 main treatments, but there's 6 different branches. Because like the food and the salt.
Yeah, so you end up with 6 different. So
Yeah.
that's these 6, right?
Yeah.
And you want this in 2 tanks, this in 2 tanks, this in, but you gotta do random.
Okay.
Oh, the tanks are. You're not moving. So you have put the numbers in a hat, mix them up. The first two you pull out, you'll put a high in those two tanks. Like you're not moving the tanks. Does that make sense? That threw me off the first time I read this question too. I was like, wait, am I moving the fish back and forth? I don't even have a question or response. There it is. Great, thank you. Did I give you 2 of those? I lost track. Where are you guys going tomorrow? For what? Like a big one of those like super crowded Starlight. Good luck. You have a question? I think I'm kind of out of our names, so I'll just go back to Riley now. Do you have the other Davis?
Other names?
Do you have Mark for a teacher?
I had Mark.
You had him.
Yeah, he was my soccer coach too. When he
Oh.
coached soccer.
He doesn't anymore?
He only coached my freshman year.
Who's the coach now?
I don't know, I don't play anymore.
I didn't even know he stopped. So that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Do you have Davies?
I have him.
Did you? For like art, architecture, or CAD?
I have him for CAD and internet design or something.
Is there still a coding class?
Oh, that's what I was
Wasn't it? Gillison had a coding class last year. Does that still exist?
Yeah, I had it.
Did you take it last year? Did everybody take it last year? How was it? Really? You didn't like the coding, or you didn't like? I'm gonna turn off the recorder before I answer this question. You just weren't feeling it?